represent my team from the course BBD 3214, Advanced German for Business, BA German Program, UPN. So today we are going to interview the entrepreneur of Germany-related business. So, and it's our great honor to have our guest, Mr. Jonathan, to be our interviewee today. So, could you please say, Mr. Jonathan, could you please say hi to our audience?
Yeah, hi everyone, and of course, first of all, thanks for having me. So I'm Jonathan, or most people call me John, and I'm one of the co-founders of German Educare. So German Educare, we started this business in 2017 because at that time there were not many people who promote studying in Germany. In Malaysia, it's actually very popular. Like all child dreams of studying overseas, right? That is the dream. But we find it such a shame that a lot of them only target English-speaking countries like UK, Australia, USA, and they're not aware that Germany is actually a good option for them, and that's why we wanted to share this information to more people. Yeah. So I myself, I'm a German graduate as well. I studied engineering, mechatronics, and microsystems technology. So I stayed in Germany for 5 years before coming back to work in Malaysia. Of course, initially as an engineer.
Okay, so you already mentioned that you have studied in Germany for 5 years, right? So maybe you can share what motivated you to do this business, because this business is not that relevant to your program, right? To your bachelor study, right?
Correct. So I was already working about 5 years in engineering before me and some other friends come to realize that, because no one is sharing about this information, we feel that a lot of Malaysians might be missing out on this opportunity. And if no one were to do anything, then it is a shame, right? And we really want someone to also experience what we have experienced. We benefited a lot. We enjoy our time in Germany. We travel around Europe. We work in German companies, and we feel if no one is saying something about this, we have to say something about this. And therefore, we started the company to really spread the awareness of studying Germany.
From what you just said, we can see you are not only doing this business for money. Your company has a vision, right? So may I know what is the key strategies or principle that have guided you in this the duration that you're operating this company or you start your business? Can you share?
Yeah, I think the principles that guide us is not just, I would say, it's not just a business principle, but it's a principle in life, right? It is really to know, number one, when it comes to money, we are actually very clear that money is not the goal. Our goal is really to share the awareness of studying in Germany. But running a business, money is important. And money is actually a feedback, a byproduct. It shows you that you are going in the right direction, right? Because if you have a great product, if you have a great service, people will want to buy your service, buy a product. And that's how you know you're doing something that is adding value to people and that you're actually solving a problem, right? So that is a small distinction, knowing between money as a goal and money as a feedback system, right? So I think that is quite important.
Yeah, I also agree that even though I still don't have money yet, but it's quite fit my value also. So our next question is do you have faced some challenges or difficulties that during your founding companies or during the operation?
Oh, we face challenges every single day, right? It is not easy to run a business, and I would say,
the most, most vital one or most, difficult to solve.
I think the challenges that I personally face a lot is more related to people, right? So how do you nurture your team members? How do you grow the company? And how do you solve different problems that will arise? I can give you some good example, right? So one example is we actually work with a different partner to provide accommodation for our students in Germany. And during the pandemic, the company just decided to, we can't run this anymore because no students can come into Germany and they went bankrupt, right? So two things happened. One is we actually have a big deposit with them because we rent many units from them. And money is gone, but that is not the main issue. The second issue is our students are still flying to Germany during the pandemic. Now, that company is now bankrupt. What do we do? So we need to just really do our best and to ask around who else can rent us this room. What else can we do to make sure that our students are comfortable and that we fulfill the promise that we will handle the accommodations for them.
Yeah, actually I'm very deeply related to that. It's because actually I'm Chinese,
Okay.
so I'm also an international student here. So I know it's how difficult their education experience really start from the pandemic. Because I also start my college from that time, so it's a lot of missing parts. I know for us it's kind of difficult, but for you guys it's more difficult to solve. You need to consider for all the aspects.
Correct. We still need to solve it, and people, of course, blaming us, why can't you promise this, why can't you provide it?
Yeah.
But they don't really understand. We would have done it, we would have provided it in the first place if the pandemic didn't happen. And it's because of the pandemic, we couldn't fulfill it as we promised. But we just do our best, right? We explain to them, and we still find a way to help them. And at the end of the day, they are still happy. So I think that's what's most important.
It's worth all the effort you take. Yeah. So let's move to the next one. So what role do you believe that networking and building relationship play in business success, and how do you approach these activities? Actually, I noticed you are quite active in the social medias, right? Because I follow you.
Okay. Okay. This is actually a very good question, and I feel like it's not just important for businesses; it's also important for your personal growth, right?
Yeah.
One of the main reasons that our business took off in the early years is because we have support from people, and it is very strange. I was invited for a lunch event, and I attended the lunch event. It was at one of the banks, and someone at the next table learned about what I do, and she knows someone from our partner from MCKL, and she told them about us, and she connected us, and now MCKL is one of the partners that is providing our program for students to learn German and learning the A-levels at the same time. So I think without the support of people that meet us and recommended us to other partners, it is very hard to grow. But likewise in your personal life, right? Imagine if you know many people. Sometimes they can recommend jobs, opportunities that you might otherwise not know, right? Maybe they are not published on any platform, they're not published on LinkedIn, and you will just miss it. And because you know someone, you're aware of it, you have a chance. So I say definitely it's very important. How I do it is I actually attend a lot of networking events. But I realized at those networking events, there are some people who just throw their cards. They want to meet as many people as possible and then pass their card. Oh, hi, I'm Jonathan, and this is what I do. And they try to sell what they do. But they don't understand that these guys might not be so invested in you yet, because who are you to them, right? So for me, I try not to speak to as many people as possible. I actually want to speak with only a few people. And I do not want to sell what I'm doing to them. I want to listen to what they're doing. And at most, I want to think, how can I help them? I want to add value to them first. And then I let them know me naturally, organically. And when I help them, they'll feel like, hey, Jonathan is a nice guy. I I feel like I want to help him too, and I remember there's someone else that might be able to help him, and that is how I do my networking.
Yeah, like in Chinese culture, we always say it's better to have a more friend, not just a partner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move to the next one. So could you share an example, like significant business decision that you have made, and also explain like the impact to your company?
So I actually thought about that question a lot, and I realized that for us, me and my business partners, we actually do not have major changes, significant changes. What we do is we have continuous small improvements. And even when things are doing well, we take effort to continuously think, what can we do to add value to our students, right? So we are always challenging ourselves so that we're not stagnant. So I'll say for us, this is for us, I think some companies do have like major jumps and they have major breakthroughs, but for us, it's all the small and continuous improvements that we do. Yeah, and that also goes on to I feel that a lot of people, they don't dare to make mistakes, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't make mistakes, you won't be able to discover whether something is better for you or not. What we do is we actually celebrate mistakes, right? It's not just among us business partners, it is also among our team members. So they are not afraid to try new things and to see, maybe something that is new will be better.
Yeah, that's I'm a very like conventional people when I make decision. I always afraid of making decision. Yeah, but yes, it is. There is no right or wrong when you make decision. Everything is gonna work.
Correct, and sometimes it's a matter of timing, right? Your decision in a different time might be good, at a different time might be bad. So it's no harm when you just do it and see how it goes.
Even like when I just start to choose German as my program, actually my parents really disagree with this. You are learning German in like Malaysia. Why you just don't learn in Chinese, in China? But I was like, yeah, I have to do it because I feel it is what I want to do. Yeah, it's leading me. Maybe it's a mistake. But it's just a few years in my life. Right?
It won't be a mistake if you follow your heart, right?
Yeah.
Things might work out and things might not work out, but I think it's okay to go and follow your heart and not regret about not doing it.
Yeah.
It is good to learn from mistakes. It is a mistake.
Yeah.
So no worries here. It's not a mistake.
Yes, good. So the next one is actually our last one. So could you please share some advice for people who want to start a business that is related to Germany? Because here is actually rare to find Malaysian people running the business related to Germany, right?
Wow. Okay, to start business related to Germany, two advice really is to know and really understand, right? The fundamentals of doing a business is you need to be able to solve a problem for someone, right? So you need to know a lot of Germans and you need to understand what problems they have and how you can solve those problems for them. Right? So I think knowing Germans and understanding problems, that's important. And I think the second one is really to find your motivating reason. Like I call it know your why, right? Why do you want to be in this business? Why so specifically something that has to do with Germany? Having a passion or interest, in my opinion, is usually not sufficient. Having talent, skills, and financial support, in my opinion, is also not sufficient. To me, I see a lot of business, they have a great team, but sometimes things don't work out and the team just break apart. So I feel like the one important factor is obsession. If you are obsessed about solving this problem, no matter how tough things are, you will go ahead and you will eventually pass the hurdle to be successful.
Yeah, that's very important. Actually, I feel it's not just interview about business. It's even like life experience sharing, because how do you say, we already we will be the graduates next year, so actually it's quite like confusing like time period for our life now. So it's really an honor that we can see like there are some people like doing their best trying to like contribute to this like German speaking community. It's not only for like German people, it's also for the people like from all over the world. Yeah, we can see your effort. I have to say from this interview, I really can see that your company is really like student centric, centering, right?
My company from the outside might seem to be student centric, but I would say we treat all our stakeholders equally important. And what I mean by that is that we serve the students. That is the most direct thing. But we also serve the parents, because parents have their own set of worries, right? You know, my child, my son, my daughter is so far away in a land where people can't speak English well. You know, do they like settle down well? The culture is so different. We need to make sure and we need to give them the confidence that these parents are making the right decision to send their child overseas. But it's also not just that. For everything to work together, we must also take care of the team members, because if the team members are not committed, it is very hard to run the program. It is very hard to really serve the students and the parents. So understanding all the important people, that they are all equally important, and you must focus on making them, how do I say, happy.
Yeah, I have to say, from here I have to say from my side, I can feel you are having a very like a Czech team working culture here in this company. I can feel it from your face. I can feel like
you can see from our office, right? This is very open.
Yeah.
And even for myself, I do not have an office, because I find that having that stops people from speaking with me. So I myself just sit wherever there is space. So I'm floating. And that allows people, like different teammates, to be closer with me. And it's so much easier to work, you're just next to you. Just ask you and talk to you and chat to you. Yeah. And some other places, like, they are afraid of their boss, they don't even want to go out lunch together. And for us, no, we are closer. Or at least I hope they are closer. And
even from your website, I can see like everyone in the picture they are really smiling for that, not just taking smell for So it's like, how to say, I have to say thank you for accepting our request.
No problem, I'm happy.
Yeah, and being here, so happy. And I'm very sure that all of our audience will benefit from today's interview, because you really shared a lot. So would you please, before we say goodbye, can you say something in German to encourage our BA German students to further studies in Germany?
I won't say something in German, but I will say this from my personal experience. You have put in 2-3 years of your effort to learn German. You are already 1 foot in, right? Why don't you continue to learn German? And if you can, maybe do your masters in Germany. It's tuition free, and there are courses that are taught in English. But if you can challenge yourself even more, learn the course in German, and fully integrate yourself with the people in Germany, right? It is because even if your course is in English, when you are shopping, when you're outside in the bus, you still need to speak in German. So challenge yourself, master German, study in Germany, and what's the benefit of that? You get to see how they think, how different people think, how they see life, and you will discover many things that's different, right? If you're always in Asia, you will see the culture in Asia, and if you are in Germany, you see the culture of Europe. And another good point, and one I really enjoy while I was studying there, is I get to travel around Europe. As a student, you get to travel very cheap, right? You get student discount, you can enter even to an attraction outside of Germany, maybe for a student price or even free. And I think I really enjoy those travels.
So, this German part?
Honestly, well, I left Germany in like 2010, but I would say choose to feel good.